It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Carrie from Sky Properties, and today we're going to talk about some signs that things are not going right. Two obvious signs that things are not going right is that one, the property does not look good, and the financials look even worse. As a property manager, my job is to look critically at everything. My job is to actually look for the things that are going wrong so that they can go right. So when I go to a property, I'm not usually there to say how great it looks. I'm there to pick out things that I think can make the property better. I'm looking at it more from a renter's aspect because my goal is to reduce expenses and increase income. And you cannot get more income if you can't rent at higher rates, and that means that the property needs to look good. But really, I think the main thing that owners see first is actually something in their financials. So they look in their financial and they see an amount for something that does not make sense to them. And they go to call their property manager, and either they can't get a hold of them or there's not a good explanation for that expense. And that is a definite signal that things are going wrong. I would say some things to look for in the financials is to make sure that your net income is going up, not down. And that means that your income's getting higher, perhaps your expenses are getting lower, or at least the expenses can be explained. I like to go through the general ledger and make sure that each of the items on the general ledger look to me like they're reasonable expenses. For example, if I see that a toilet's been changed out, I'm going to say, okay, that's going to be about maybe it's about $150 plus the cost of the toilet. If you see something that's $1,000 for changing out a toilet, that is a serious red flag. That's something that you need to look into because perhaps there's details on that invoice that you don't know about, or it's not for just a toilet, but it's important to know the details of why you have expenses and that they're not too high.